Love it. Hey, boo.
Put us on. Here we go again. Hello.
I can hear you.
I'm stuck.
I
Somebody
can
just
hear
tried to
you
call
though.
me, and I haven't on. Hold on.
I can hear you.
Hold on. Yeah, your sister called me and asked for her check. She didn't get her check yet, did she? Not that I know. Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
I
but I'm
don't like
stuck.
being on this side. Put me back.
I don't know how to do.
Shit. Nah.
You shouldn't get her either.
I,
I don't know how
it's
to do.
okay. It's okay.
Oh,
There you
there we go.
go.
But I'm stuck.
What you mean?
You can see me actively like moving. Hold on, let me see if Michelle
You're
text
not
me. I'll be
delayed or
right back.
anything.
Okay, I looked delayed on my part. Okay, no problem.
No, you're not delayed. Mm-mm.
Okay,
The lighting is much better on the live too. I like the lighting on the live. It's much better.
right now. Okay,
My forehead ain't shining as much as it was before.
okay. I think we're good to go now. Anyway,
Topic. You put the topic up.
okay,
You put the topic up.
I think so. Okay, ready? Hey
Yep.
y'all, welcome back to Lips Unsealed. It's your girl Stephanie and Nicole. Sharonda's out today. She got business going on. That's okay. She should tune in sometime tonight. We're going
Hmm.
deep tonight. The tonight's topic is one a lot of people are scared to talk about. Being afraid to die. We're talking about facing terminal illness, the fear of the unknown, and why so many of us avoid the one thing that's guaranteed in life.
Black people.
Yes, yes.
If we
Why
don't
are
know
we
nothing, we know we gonna die. If nothing else.
exactly? So what's the problem? What's the problem? I can tell you what the problem is. I don't have a fear of death,
Me
but
either.
I absolutely have a fear of leaving my grandchildren behind and my children.
The
That's the
people you
that's
care about,
yeah, that's the fear
because
that
they're
I
gonna be
have.
sad. Hmm.
So that's what we're gonna talk about. What we can do while we're still here,
Yeah.
while before death, because it's evident that we all gonna die,
It's the
right?
one thing we are guaranteed.
And we need to talk about this more within our families. We really do. We
Yes.
need to know. We need to talk about it. What's gonna happen? How we're gonna do this? I think it'll minimize a lot of the arguing, fighting, fussing that happens at
Hmm.
the end of when somebody dies. The hell is that
But a lot
about?
of people don't like to talk about death. And I only say black people because most of the time that's who I'm around. And I noticed that mm, not all, majority stay away from that topic. Or maybe the older generation stays away from that topic. But it's a real thing. Like it's the one thing we know is going to happen regardless. We have no say so over when it happens unless, you commit suicide, but that's a whole nother subject. But we know it's going to happen regardless.
Exactly. But every time I decide that I want to talk about this with my children, they always like, Mom, why we gotta talk about this? No, we gotta talk about this because y'all need to know what to do, how we gonna do
Yes. Yes.
um, when I leave this earth. So no, let's talk about it. What
I think all families should discuss it. I think it should be a topic of discussion in every household
exactly? You want
because
to
it's
know
serious.
what's gonna happen with your children, what's
Hmm.
gonna happen with your business,
Hmm.
your name. That's the thing. The name.
And you also want them to know what your wishes are so that hopefully when you do leave, they're not at each other's throat. Because a lot of times, when does family really fall out? After someone has died.
crazy word. I think that's crazy word. It's like that's like crazy word.
That's one of the reasons why you're supposed to have everything in writing too. That's one of the reasons why you should have everything in writing.
One of the things that I've done is I've I have an envelope, not an envelope, but a folder.
Hmm.
I have a folder placed somewhere, and everybody
Them
knows
damn
where this
photos.
folder is. And in this folder, it's the plan.
Hmm.
What I want, what I don't want. I don't like the fact that people don't honor you in death. Like uh, a lot of people in my family come to me because I honor them in death. If they say they don't want this, they
You
don't want that.
should. You should.
No, that's the time when they don't. Mama said she wanted this, but
Mhm.
I can't do it. She said she want to be cremated, but I can't do that. I can't just burn my mama, baby. You're
And
not
that's
really
why
burning
it's
me.
going to be in writing. That's exactly why it's going to be in writing.
And we have. I think that we need to have it in writing,
Hmm.
um, kind of
Hmm.
right away because we drop it like flies.
And I told someone the other day, you know how back in the day you would age and you would either die of old age or you would age and you get sick and okay, you're dying. Now there is no more dying. Everything is like, okay, they gone.
Yes, and now
What happened to getting old and dying?
no,
It's not
ma'am,
happening like that anymore.
no, it's younger and younger and younger people that are dying. So what is in place for those people, the younger people that we don't expect to die as well?
Well, if your parent is not comfortable talking about it, then they're not going to talk to their children about it.
And I wasn't comfortable talking to it like about with my dad. He used to always say, "Girl, put some insurance on me. Girl, you need to do this. The insurance man is here. You need to do something." I'd be like,
I talk to my kids about it. I sure do. I
I was
listen.
just
I
like,
listen.
no.
One thing we know is going to happen. I always start with, no, I'm not sick. No, nothing's wrong. I get all of that out the way
Mm-hmm.
before. And then I'm like, it's going to happen. You just don't know.
And you don't know in which way that it
Right.
is going to happen.
Right. Because when God say, okay, your turn.
Yeah. Now let's. What about when it's terminal illness before before death? That terminal illness and that grief before while the person is still here. You know, you heard of okay, oh my God, he has cancer.
Hmm.
So we immediately start mourning the person while they're still here. Like and sometimes that is first of all, it's not healthy for the person that's going through this as well
Right.
either.
I agree.
It's like it's anticipatory grief. It's where you don't know. I mean, you know that this person is supposed to be dying.
But a
But
portion of you has already killed them off. Because if you're speaking in that way, you've already killed a portion of them off. I understand
exactly.
trying to prepare. Not saying that it makes it easier. Okay, I can use me for an example. Even though I was young, my mom died when I was young. Even though I know she was dying, it didn't necessarily make it easier. But at a young age, in my mind, at least I knew she wasn't going to be around much longer, if
Right.
that makes sense.
Makes a
Didn't
whole
make
bunch
it
of sense.
easier, but it helped in an area of, I know that she's going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think if you even if you begin to prepare yourself mentally, because even I didn't think my dad was going to die right then because I was on my way to Vegas and I put him in the hospital before I went, but I didn't put him
Mhm.
in for something. So I put him in the hospital for pain. So I didn't
Right,
know, but I knew that he had kidney disease. That eventually one day
right.
it may happen. Don't know when, but preparing yourself mentally. And I think 6 months before my dad died,
Hmm.
my my little brother died, and
Good now.
that was that was
Man,
just tragic. It took so much out of me, but I think it prepared me for my dad because I was so out of it when it happened to my brother. He was
and you were probably still in a grieving process at that time. So it was grief packed on top of grief.
yes, and it made it easier for my dad. So when I got back from Vegas, like it was like I prayed with him, um, made him say amen, and
Yeah.
my dad left
Repent
with
for
a
your sins. I feel if everyone gets a chance to repent for their sins, if they're on a if you have an opportunity to know that you're going to die, I feel everyone should repent for their sins.
yes,
I just feel everybody should.
and I think being able to do that and him smiling before he died, it made it easier for me.
Yeah,
But
I can see
I still
that.
I still have hard times to this day, just
Oh,
the fact that he's not here. You
I
know,
do too all these years. So yes.
so how and
I
then I
tell
had
people grief will meet you where you are. I'm a firm
ab-
believer in that. Grief will meet you.
absolutely
You could be in the grocery store, you could be laying down, you could be watching. Grief will meet you where you are. That's what I think.
right. So I think as we walk up in this life right now too, um, to me, relationships with people, you just do a lot of things differently with when, especially when death happens around you. Sometimes it seems like it puts you in a certain state of mind, and then it disappears. It have you feeling all heavenly at, at one point, and then it disappears, and you back to, man, fuck that bitch. That whole, you know.
Yeah. And
And
I know about me, that's one of the reasons why I don't, how can I put it? Now, I'm not afraid of dying or afraid of death because I know it's the one thing that's going to happen. Do I want to die anytime soon? No. However, I also know because it causes great pain, I'm very selective on who I allow into a certain part of my heart for that very reason.
absolutely.
Because I
And
tell people not to sound cold, but I don't give a damn about a lot of people.
I get it, and you know what? I give a damn about a lot of people,
No.
and
I may care about them, but I don't give a damn about a lot of people.
I
To
get
me,
that.
those are two different things. When I give a damn about you, if something happens to you, I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be distraught. But that's why I try to carefully choose who I allow literally in my heart. Like you, yeah, it just doesn't work like that for me. And it could be because I lost the most important person to me at a very young age.
Absolutely,
However, I'm not good with, I don't like to see people that I really care about, like that I give a damn about. I don't like to see someone that's close to them die because I don't know how to deal with that. And it's crazy because I work with death and dying. But to see someone that, damn, that really messes me up because I don't like to see that person hurting like that.
right, right. I get that. I
That's hard for
absolutely,
me. Like
I
I'm not
absolutely
good with
get
that at
that.
all.
I, I,
That's no, I'm not good with that.
I hate it for. I mean, always got something going on. I hate to actually get on Facebook and see it with anybody. It could be people that I don't know or anything. I have this. I have a terrible what's it? I'm an empath. I'm an empathetic person, and every damn thing affects me, and it is something
You
special.
want to know what that is? Because of your good sign, you're an emotional creature
And I can't
and you
stand
pick
it.
it up and you carry it as if it was someone you knew personally.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it
That's
is.
that's exact.
I've
That's
seen it
exactly
from another and you're saying that's how yes. Literally just made the comment the
absolutely
other day. Oh, it's just all around you. And it just seems to always happen and it affects you in a way as if it was your, whomever, someone close to you. This shit is crazy to me.
yeah.
And for
I,
me, my thought process be like, okay, so did you know they were gonna die, or was something, going on? And I know it probably comes off as heartless, and it's not heartless. It's just like you said, if they're sick, you can mentally prepare. Not saying don't be sad or don't be. I totally get that, but
mhm,
everybody, sometimes you don't even really know these people like that.
right. Did you guys see that happen?
I did. That's you.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let's talk about getting prepared. Getting prepared. the unsexy but necessary conversation.
There
Being
is a book,
prepared.
and I said I was going to buy
And
the book. There's actually a book now that says, what the fuck? I can't remember. Okay, anyway, there's a book literally in reference to dying. Can't remember the name of the book, and it's a damn shame because I plan on getting the book. It
if they
literally
say
has
that,
like from start to finish where you can fill out your. So if something happens and you die, let's just say, and your son go in your room and see the book, they don't have to ask no questions. Your bank account is all your information is in there on how to access and do whatever needs to be done in that one book. And the book ain't hella expensive.
so you know what? I've done that in that folder. In that folder,
But
they
some
have
people don't
access.
know how to do that. They need guidance.
They need guidance, and I understand that. But
Mhm.
it's just pretty much everything that you go on about life that you see. I think about death a lot. So everything that happens that goes on in your life that you deem important, a
Hmm.
password or a PIN number or anything like
But
that.
how many people really think about that? Honestly.
Well, that's what we're talking about it for because we want them to think about it. So let's think about it and let's prepare for when it happens because people are dying every day.
I feel like to people that it matters to, they'll take the necessary precautions. Prime example, Uncle Bobo is 70 years old. Why Uncle Bobo ain't got no life insurance? So you got all these sisters and all these brothers. Y'all couldn't get together and pay for a life insurance. Now there's a GoFundMe because Uncle Bobo dead. To me, that's a prime example.
Yeah, and that's also a problem.
Don't get the life insurance policy because you want to get paid, because that's what a lot of people do. Get it so that you can at least have enough to bury them if they're not going to do it themselves.
And then I also agree with go ahead and doing it like the like other
Well,
people.
shit, go ahead and pay for that shit ahead of time. Pay for your burial if you want to be buried. Go to the funeral home that you know. Pay for that if you want to be cremated. Go ahead and pay for your cremation. Go to the have. Then it ain't
I
none for
tried to do
nobody.
that. They don't for some it was some type of oh no. It's because of the funeral home that was going that I wanted.
Mhm.
They didn't have a specific license in order to take my money
Gotcha.
beforehand. So that's why
But I
they weren't
honestly
able
feel that that's the best
to
way
do it.
because we all gonna go. So I feel like, yeah.
Absolutely. So when we come to talking about life insurance policy, um, I think all parents should have a life insurance policy on themselves in order to leave their children. If you don't have the finances to leave your children well off um,
Or at least
with
more than they
with
had
what you
before you
have,
died.
well, way more than what you they had before you died. So I think it's important if you decided to have these damn children that you put a policy on yourself that is big enough to handle all them damn kids that you had.
No,
It's just
no,
my
no, I
belief and how I
agree.
feel
But then
like you
that
should do
brings me
it.
to say, I guess I don't understand not having one because when we go to dinner, I'm pretty sure that we've paid for that policy on that dinner. Or when we go hang out, I'm pretty sure we paid for that policy to hang out. Or when we go, and now I got a policy and I'm in the process of actually getting two more, one separately for each of my kids, and then the joint one. But my thought process is because I love shoes and I'm a sneakerhead. So if I can pay $200 for a pair of shoes and
Can't you
I've gotten better.
put that on?
But if I'm doing that every other month or every couple of months, I really have no excuse to say I don't have a policy.
Right.
To me, that's just ignorance. To me, that's ignorance because why wouldn't I want to do that?
For your kids that you claim to love so much.
Yeah,
So make it
starting
make
off with myself. I would feel like, why wouldn't I want to do something? Why wouldn't I want to make sure that I'm okay? For me, that's one less worry for my kids.
exactly. So
I can't find the
life
book.
insurance, wills, trust, power of attorney. So when it comes to
That's the
that,
name of the book.
I believe the power of attorney dies when you die. So it's important to have other stuff in place when if you feel a will or a trust, honestly, For me, I don't feel like uh, a will or a trust. I mean, will. I don't feel like I need a will. However, a trust, I have a trust, and with the
Mhm.
trust, it protects everything for my kids. And
Right.
I really don't want my kids to have to worry about materialistic things.
Right.
And you should be left with enough money with
Hmm.
insurance policies that you don't have to worry
And I
about.
should be able to go out exactly how I want to.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
well,
I agree.
you don't have to worry about the how the assets or all of that. I don't want to worry about the material stuff. You
Right.
can just get that
That
stuff
goes
away.
back to, like I was saying, the book. I found it
You
in
found
case
it.
I die, or everything you need to know when I'm gone. Things you should know when I'm. It's on Amazon, y'all. For those of you that don't know how to put all your stuff in order or how to put all the information, you can go to Amazon. And no, I don't get nothing for telling y'all this, but I think everybody needs to have one in case I die, or things you
What's the
need to
name of
know
it?
when. In case I die, or things you need to know when I'm gone.
Okay, so maybe I can get that book and transfer the items that I already have
Hmm.
together for my children. But it's
There's
pretty
a
much
couple of
in
versions
there.
now too.
Um,
Oh,
a
what came up
check,
with
a
$15?
pre-check,
It didn't even a lot.
a pre-check for the caterers, a pre-check for the building, the pre-check because I don't want a funeral like that. I want a celebration. Like come in,
Yeah,
hey.
I
For
said
me,
that too. I talked to my babies and I was like, of course, different generation. I said, listen, I'm just gonna tell y'all it's not a discussion. I'm not asking. Don't put me in no goddamn ground. I don't want that.
not at all. Not me either.
Cream made me. And if you can get one of my brothers or one of my sisters, somebody tell them to get on some two wheels and they can just let me go. I don't want you to put me on your man. Now, if you want to get like a little trinket or something, because one of my babies she's a very, that's her thing. If you want to get and put me in a little trinket, a little accent and stuff like that's different. Don't put me on no goddamn mantle and because you want to come.
My
I am
my
okay with that. I am literally going to be gone. It's not like
and
I'll ever be able to come back and sit down and have a conversation with you. But I'm very much so a real, or I feel like I'm very much so a realist. So
and let me put and just put me
I
in the water.
mean,
Put me in the water. Let me float away
or
and call
yeah,
it a
yeah.
day. Or
Wait, now I'm over here looking for the comments and stuff and forgetting that
you can't see it.
I'm
You know
over
what?
here tripping. I'm like, well,
I'm in
damn.
this bad.
Anyway,
I'm in this traffic like this, and I feel like I'm not even on properly. I don't know what it is with this,
well,
but
girl, we
I don't.
excuse me, y'all.
I see it. I see it on here, but I keep getting stuck and stuff. I'm looking from another page.
Well, we're on. We are definitely on. But for anyone that is watching this, so are you afraid of
Yes,
death? Like, does death bother you? Are you afraid of dying? Do you feel like do you have your affairs in order? If you don't, why not? If you're not sure what to do, go get the book. Shit, do like I know what to do, but I don't know everything to do. I didn't even realize that when you had an account, if you didn't have someone else on your account, your money just gone.
yes.
Bitch, I need
That's
somebody
what
to be able to get the way I
that's
be
what
saying it.
happened
I need
with my
somebody to get my
dad.
shit up out the bank.
That's what happened with my dad. He didn't have a beneficiary. We went there to do a
But when you don't
beneficiary,
know,
and something was with his ID or something, and so all of his money, the bank just ended up trickling it every month, taking, the
it's like
bank
why my
fees.
camera keep going low like that?
Hmm.
My the camera keeps going low on my end. It wasn't doing that. Now it's doing it now. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I keep being stuck, so it's okay. I think I keep getting myself being stuck.
The technical difficulties.
Yeah, per usual. But but yes, I think that you should get that policy, that life insurance policy, a will if you need. Please study on trust. Trusts are even better because your family don't have to go through the unnecessary when it
Right.
comes to your to what you have. My businesses are in a trust
Hmm.
that my children are listed as the beneficiary, and my well as the I don't think it's called beneficiaries, but whatever, they're gonna benefit.
Right, right.
And my grandkids are also listed.
Hmm.
So it kind of like goes in line. Your
Okay.
family shouldn't have to do a GoFundMe to bury you. From the
And
first time that you found out
I
that you
don't
had
want
a,
to be on no damn shirt, not even if it's for a celebration. Don't put me on no damn
don't do
shirt.
it. Don't do it.
But
Please don't.
I have these type of conversations with my kids. So I will hope that stuff that I necessarily like little stuff like that. Don't put me on no goddamn shirt. Now, if you want to get a necklace and put my face, because I'm alive and me
Yeah,
and one of my kids got necklaces with art, that's different. But don't
and please, and
have a
please,
celebration, enjoy. Because
honor people.
I enjoy my life. So please, look, go out with a bang. Just be like, listen, she enjoyed.
I'm trying to tell you that's me all the way.
Yeah.
So I don't want that either. I don't even want anybody seeing me in that. Like if I'm in the hospital, passed away, don't come in there. Don't come seeing me, please. That's just
Well, and
that's
because that's a memory imprinted.
it. Absolutely, that's all
And
I see from my grandmother.
you
Like
can't not see that.
from
Once
my
you've seen it, you can't not see it.
yeah, that's what I see from my grandma. That's what I see. You know, and I have to try to put up these mental blocks to try to get it out of my head. But when I think of these people, I always think of that as
Okay.
well. So I think it's
Yeah,
important
see.
to go out the way that you want to go out,
Right,
and that's
right.
this is just how I
You should
choose to
be
go
able
out.
to. Why shouldn't you be able to make the decisions on your last? You
Yeah,
make all the decisions in your life when you doing everything now.
right.
So why can't you? That's crazy to me.
So you
I
you
don't know
think
how not to
about
make my own damn decisions. So
I'm gonna
play,
make it when I'm gonna make them all the way to the day that I'm gone. So
play.
read my information,
God,
read
I
it
ain't trying to go
properly,
no time soon. I be saying that every time I be talking like I know it's up to you, but
please.
don't
Yeah, not right
hold
now.
your girl around for a whole lot of more
My
years.
grandkids are still little, and Nana need to be here, please. So you think about if something happened, my grandkids. Oh my God, the thought of that is terrible to me. You know, even though I know that my boys will take care of their kids and all that type of stuff, but
Yeah, it's still
I think
it'll.
that
Everyone's
the
gonna
baby
hurt,
mamas might act up, uh, and I ain't here.
but that's
Maybe I'll be able to hunt them. Maybe I'll be standing up in their damn house like, hey, I seen what you did with my damn chat. Oh yeah, don't put my ashes in the water then. Keep me together. Put me in your garage or something so I can come out and hunt their ass if they act up
I'm
about my
done.
grandkids.
I'm
They act up
done.
about my grandkids, I'm on the way.
I'm done.
I'm serious though. I'm coming. If people do hunt you, I'm gonna be that person if
Well,
you
you
are.
won't know
No.
until it's time. You won't know until then.
Yes. So I one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this is because
Hmm.
I had we had recent deaths, and they were some that we didn't know that was going to happen, and we try to still I go through it, and we try to think about how to how to deal with how do we deal with death? We deal with death in a way that we're not supposed to. How do we get our emotions
Everybody
together?
has their own way of hold your thought. You know what and this is just a personal, what I don't care for. Have you done seen it? You black. When someone dies, somebody they're so overwhelmed and they fall out. And I'm like, did it really mean that much to you? Or are you
Oh,
putting on for the city? Not
right.
saying that you shouldn't have any emotion. That's not what I'm saying. But I tell you all the time, I'm a person, I don't care to argue or I don't care to say, I tell people all the time, back in the day, you know how they say sticks and stones, them goddamn words do hurt. Words
Hmm.
hurt. So I do my best not to say stuff or be mean to something because what happens if you leave and something happens and that was the last. So I've always done my best to do that. To not, I ain't got to tell you I love you and all that, but for me personally, I do my best for it not to be any type of tension or upset. I do my best. It don't always happen, but I do my
Right.
best because that's always in the back of my mind because it happens a lot of times.
It
And people
happens a
always
lot.
revert back to the last thing I said was you can't change it and you can't take it back at that point. It's too late. They gone.
Absolutely.
And people
Absolutely.
blame themselves. Okay,
And
so go.
um, I agree. I agree with that. And I guess that's being mindful and watching the way we walk, watch the way that we are with each other. Even if we don't fool with somebody, you know what, that you love or that you have loved, you know what, I love you.
Yep.
I love you, and it's sad that we don't deal with each other anymore. But um,
Yeah, you don't
it's
have to
not
be mean or nasty.
no.
I,
But
I don't
just
feel you
know
get
that
nothing from it. I can honestly
no,
say I don't feel I'm a mean or
no,
nasty person. Now, I can be a cold keyword, I can be a cold motherfucker. I'm well aware of that.
yeah.
But if I am cold to you like that, you probably don't mean shit to me. Because I'm not gonna treat someone I care about like that. That's just not me.
Well, I'm easily to dismiss now. So I don't know
Yeah,
if that's called cold or what, but I'm easily to dismiss now, and with love, of course. But
yeah.
I just don't have the patience or the
Well,
time for it.
you don't want it
If
to weigh
y'all
you
hear a
down.
lot in the background and everything, I'm on a road trip. It's a very long road trip, and there's a lot of us
It's
in this
not that
car.
bad though. It's not that bad
It's
on my
not.
end.
Oh, they're doing great then. I have a grandbaby crying right now, but
Oh, it's not that bad on my end. I don't know what
we, we're going
the
through about
people can hear,
seven
but
states.
it's
We're
not
going
that.
through 7 states. So I'm glad they can hear us real good because
Yeah,
they,
it's okay, child.
they're being
No
good. They're
fluff,
being good.
no filter. You get what you
Exactly.
get. Y'all better come on in here and join us. Shit. But it's
Exactly.
not that
So
bad on my end.
from fear to power. Um, None of us is making it out of here alive. None of us
Big
making it out of here
facts.
alive.
Because when big dogs
So
say it's time, when big dogs say it's a, I'm sorry, my
it's
boy,
time.
you got to go.
So we got to stop letting fear control us when it comes to that.
Oh, have
We have to learn
mercy.
how to deal with grief a little more too. I,
Embrace
I,
some things.
I tell you, I try so hard, like Lord, I know that we all got to go. So help me to be able to deal with it more because it takes so much out of me. Sometimes I got to sit away for a little time and cry my eyes out, go in the bathroom away from everybody and just scream. Oh, I
Yeah,
have times in the car, and
yeah.
so how do we go about not letting it overtake us like this? And how can we? Any suggestions? How can we go about also not being so fearful of death? I just seen a young man that had cancer, young. He just died in April. He was on Facebook. A, a Facebook person,
Wow.
um, but he had cancer, and you could tell he was, living it on out.
Hmm.
But we just looked on his page the other day, and he's dead. Now, this may this may rub some people the wrong way, but I'm gonna call some things how I see it. I may be wrong. Correct me if I am, but this is just what I've seen over the years.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, there was a point I come on Facebook and I always see something bad about somebody has cancer and all this type of stuff. I dealt with cancer a lot in my family,
Hmm.
and I had a habit because I'm an empath person of reaching out to these people, buying them juicers, juicing for them, buying their fruit and everything, and trying to help them to juice to make it. But what I noticed is nobody that I reached out to aside from my uncle, and my other uncle waited until it was too late. But no one I reached out to took me up on it. They got so much attention from saying, I'm dying, or I got cancer.
It's crazy
They
the
got
stuff
so
that
much
people feed
attention.
off of.
They got so much attention from it that I felt like, damn it. Okay, y'all heard that with those things. That's what they do. They got so much attention from it that to me, it seemed like they fed off of it, and that you know what, they like the attention.
Some do. I mean, you
I,
think about it this way. They know that their last days are coming. Okay, you know how older people, have you ever seen old people, they get older and you be like, damn, you know, the saying, they have no couth. They're going to say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, move how they want to move. To me, I see that as the same as someone that knows that they're dying at this point. They're not going to be on this earth long, so they're going to eat it up while they can, if that makes
mhm,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they when they come on, they're sorrowful, not presenting any happiness or anything, and I'm just like, um, okay, listen, bro or female, you've gotten this big amount of attention.
Mhm.
Now, can you turn your ass around and let's get focused on
Right. Because
living?
what is that
Let's
doing
live.
for you? What is
Let's
that doing for you?
yeah, let's live. Unless you just really want to go, but everybody has to express to me that they want to live. But then
But
they
you're
do,
not
and
doing anything or taking any of the necessary precautions that you could be taking until that last day.
exactly.
Hmm.
There's the doctor saying, "Oh, you have a week left," you know, and it's like, "Yeah, the
And then
doctor said I got
it's
a
I
week
think
left."
maybe it's more of the shocker to most people too. I knock on wood and thank you God, I've never been in that situation, but maybe it's more of a shocker to that person because I can only imagine if something happens and they tell me I only got a week live.
You know what? When I had my breast lump, I didn't tell anyone. I figured out I studied and I figured out a way. I wanted to live. I didn't want to leave my
Right.
kids
That
or
would be me.
anyone. So I definitely figured out some things that
Yeah.
was very powerful and that helped me to where I don't have any breast lumps anymore, and that helped my uncle who lived until he wanted to die. Like
Right.
when he said, "Baby,
Right. Yeah.
I've had enough of this juice. Stop juicing for me, baby. I'm turning orange. Too much carrots and all of this. I'm ready."
Back to the
He,
natural.
he told me he was ready, and he died that month that he was ready. And I was right there the whole way. So yeah, if you want to live, there's ways to live on this green earth. God has given us so much that we are able
Girl.
to take this medicine from the earth
And keep
and
moving forward.
live.
Right.
Abstain from certain foods, change your whole diet, and you can live. You already got
Facts.
that little attention that you call yourself wanted. But if you want to live, and a lot of these people are young that I've
That's
reached
what I
out to,
said.
very
That
young.
whole getting old and dying doesn't seem to be a thing anymore.
That's gone. Hell, that is gone.
Bad but true. Yeah.
So if what we're talking about is hitting home for you, you need to be calling your insurance rep.
Yeah, and
Start
if not, it's quite a few of them around here. Just go in groups. One of my homegirls, Tasha, does insurance, and she was like, "Okay, when you're ready, let me know." It's use your resources. Just like we
Absolutely.
can go on any of the social media pages and search a restaurant or whatever, we can do the same thing when it comes to us personally.
Yes.
Or ask. Don't be
Insurance.
afraid to open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. Ask someone
And study the type of insurance. If you're young, definitely if
and
you're
know the
young.
difference between the whole and the
Know
term
the
and the this and the
yes.
that and the
And what's the other one? The UIL, which is really popping these days. Definitely look on that one. That's almost like a savings account. So look up these insurances, understand what they are, get with your rep, have them to break it down for you even more, and put a little bit of insurance on yourself. Now, one thing I can say, I feel like and I've said this before on my live. Um, Insurance in certain ways are not necessary for certain people. I would
Mm-hmm.
say my mother, for instance. I don't feel like she needs to be paying off of her monthly income for an insurance policy.
Okay, but under situations like that, when you have kids, I'm gonna say it again, the same way we buy what we want to buy every day. If you and your siblings, I'm gonna say can't, because at that point it's a choice. If you guys can't get together and pay for that policy, there's
Yeah,
a problem.
and me myself don't feel like my mom. My mom is 79. She'll be 80 in
Okay.
July. She
Okay.
doesn't. She doesn't need a policy.
Okay. So you don't feel she
I
needs a policy at all.
no,
Now
she
tell
has
me why, because you may be able to enlighten. Well, both of my parents are gone, but tell me why. I may be able to tell somebody else something. You tell me why.
because she has me and she has my baby sister. I have 7 siblings left. It's 7 of us left, and I feel like we can pay it. By the time you finish paying for an insurance policy for a person at that age, you paid the policy. What's the point?
Well, if you're disciplined enough to make sure that when it's time, y'all got it together. But how many times have you seen that happen?
Yes, and I understand. I understand that. Like my dad, my stepdad, when he passed away, my sister and I just paid for it and let my mom keep the insurance policy. And when I see the insurance policy, I'm like, what the hell have y'all been paying on? Y'all been paying on this all these years, and the amount of this insurance policy is the amount
Yeah.
y'all basically
You
paid
didn't
what
pay
you.
and you could have just put it to, but a lot of people aren't good with saving or putting their money to the side. If they know it's there, they're going to spend it. If something happens, they're going to spend it. So yes, for some, they ass do need a policy. They need to pay into some shit. They need that money to be gone, because if they don't have one, they're not saving. They're not putting the same money to the side per se.
Right,
So that
I get
when that
that, but I
happens,
think that
everyone's not that disciplined. Some people ain't
it's
even damn disciplined to save on the regular. So how the hell you expect them to save or put that
but
money to the side and be able to?
check your mom, check your parents' policy.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of
I
times
agree. You
they have
should.
they have $5,000 policies. Most of the time they have $5,000 policies
Right, it'd be little
that
or nothing,
that
a waste of damn time,
that they're
and then to
paying
pay
40
for it
and some
five
thousand
times
dollars.
already.
Exactly. I'm like, no, we
Hmm.
I just choose to not do that. My mama went behind my back and got another policy. I think it make her feel secure.
Well, yeah, you got to think she different generation too. She's of a different generation, so of course I can see that,
Yeah. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave her alone. Let her have that policy.
and that's
And
still
if
some
something was
form
to
of
happen,
independence for her.
I got siblings. Yeah, that's what it is because she. But I don't like for being able to talk
But you're in a
them
position
into
to where you can
anything.
make sure that she's straight when she's gone. A lot of people aren't.
Yes, but I mean that there's people that call and prey on these older
Scammers,
people too. They know they ain't gonna where they should be paying all that money for a policy every month, knowing that these people are
or they get it where it's
on a
fixed
monthly.
or something like that, and then,
Yeah, it's not even good policy,
but it
but
goes back to the knowing.
whatever.
And a lot of older people, if they have kids, a lot of
Yeah,
older people don't like to tell their kids what they're doing, because most, your children probably going, well, why you, or you ain't gotta, so.
yeah, I get it, but get your affairs in order. Get your affairs in order with your family. Let a particular person know where everything is, a person or two, because you never know how things happen. There's been a situation where a whole family passed away not too long, a few weekends ago.
Because stuff
A whole
happens.
family passed away in a car
Yes.
accident, and the husband was left. You know, another
And that's a
situation,
lot.
3
Shit.
siblings. Everybody. So you never know if, Lord forbid, but the person who's supposed to be taking care of everything and in their parents or something going at the same time. So don't just
Leave it to one either.
talk about it. Have things in order, like really, really in order. Do videos if you have to. Have a file, put it away.
Yeah,
Passwords to everything. I have passwords to everything.
which
I
is
have it
good.
written
But you
down.
know, most people, they don't want
Do it.
everybody in their
Just do it.
business.
Especially you entrepreneurs.
Baby.
Entrepreneurs, go ahead
Wait,
and
got money over here,
and
got money over
also
here,
like
got money over here, got money in the safe. Listen, baby, because you got your money separate for over here, it's for this, and for this, it's for this, and you got your stash for the quick.
so definitely go ahead and
That's why I say the
put that
book is
stuff in
good.
order for these people.
Write your little, you can write
Put
little
it in
notes
order
in it.
for them.
Yeah,
Put them passwords up. Let them be able to get into your phone. We imagine you trying to figure out things and you can't get into the person's phone. That's 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 something else,
that brings me to one of
and
those
and
things
that's
that's
something that
like it
recently
grinds
happened.
my gears. And I've asked someone this before. You have a significant other. We fucking spreading all type of juices, but you don't know my password. I can let you enter my body and do whatever you want, but you can't enter my phone. I just it doesn't make sense, but most of us do it, and I don't understand, and that grinds my gears.
And when I say my password so
But
openly and freely,
everyone's
hey
not
babe,
like
grab my
that. You know
phone.
what I mean?
And I know I'm so rare.
But I
I'm a
mean,
rare
it
breed.
just it's
I
crazy.
don't care.
Yeah,
I ain't got
I love
nothing
to
to
see
hide.
couples that are together and they can
But
pick up each other's
I don't.
phone and just because the way I see it is just because you know the passcode doesn't mean you're going to go into it. But if something happens, you know how to you have the access.
Exactly.
It's not like if I tell you my
You have
passcode, you're
access to
gonna
be able
go
to
in
get
it.
in there.
But if something happens, you ain't gotta be around here losing your
I
mind, or you
usually
don't
go
have to
in
try and
it.
call the phone company and now you gotta go through this whole unnecessary shit. Because a lot of people put a lot of
Yeah,
their
no.
important
Take
information
all
in
my
their phones.
passwords. Get into everything. Look, I need y'all to get into everything before the people for the um Social Security and all that type of stuff. All them people, the main people know the banks and stuff before they know I'm gone. So I need y'all to hurry up and get into everything.
That's that day
I have
one.
a
Where you going?
I
To
have
the
a
bank?
I have I have a signature
Oh, you done froze on me.
stamp, check, and stamp it. I'm gone now. Just go ahead and get everything.
Hey,
Call it that. No, it would be
it's
nice if my
sad but
business.
true. Because a lot. Imagine how many people leave this earth with money just in places that no one can access or don't even
Right,
know.
that's sad because it can't go with you.
Because a lot of people only depend on the life insurance policy of that person.
I
They
want.
don't think bigger than that.
I'm hoping that everybody just do like I want them to do. You know, when it comes to me. You know, so get your affairs in order.
You should. You should.
Get your affairs in
Me
order.
included. There's more affairs I can get in order.
Get your, you know,
Me included.
yeah. And as we talk about this, I'm thinking about, me and one of my siblings. We were talking about, if something happened to our siblings, there's no insurance for them. Nobody has insurance for them. So we were putting away a fund. God forbid anything happens at a few at a time. But but one at a time.
But
We
discipline is everything.
putting away a fund so that we'll be able to take care of everything for them. It probably
Well,
would
yeah.
be easy for us to go ahead and probably, you know, have this conversation.
Well, I know
We had
some that actually, yeah, yeah, that's
have
actually
this
a good idea.
conversation where we actually put insurance on everybody.
And there's some that have, depending on how many siblings, because you know you can only have like so many people on an account, but have like a joint account. Okay, just like you and your mate. There's a joint account, but that account is literally just for, like you said, okay, your mom doesn't need a policy. But if there's a joint account and y'all have agreed, we're gonna put such, such, such in, that way you can literally watch it grow. Not saying that shit anybody want to be the first to die, but at least you know there's some type of cushion and security.
Right. I see where somebody said, or just get a Roth account and let it
Yeah,
grow, max it out every year.
yeah,
Now
yeah. That's a
that's
nugget.
what's up.
We
I'm
appreciate y'all for that.
I'm
That's
now
a
being able
nugget.
to see. I'm being able to see. You know, I'm sorry, y'all, that we was missing some of the. My cousin Kenyatta says, well, people need to stop telling others how to grieve. Grief is different for different
Yes.
people. One thing that's promised is that if we live, we will surely die. That is the
And that's
truth.
why I said grief will
I,
meet you where you are. Everyone grieves differently.
yeah, yeah.
You can't expect one
I
person
wish we
just
were
to,
able, I wish we were able to be able to. I wish we were able to be able to control it more. I wish we just, you know, because my heart be hurting so
yeah,
bad. I would love to be able to
yeah.
control it
But that's why I say grief will
better.
meet you where you are. Literally, you could be in the damn grocery store shopping, being
Oh, and
okay.
bust out.
Right,
Oh my
right,
God, I bust
right.
out. I don't care. It just be happening sometimes
Yeah.
out of nowhere. In the middle of Memorial Day, I'm I'm kicking
Memories.
in. Everybody
Yeah,
having
the
a good
memories
time.
still
I
alone.
had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
I had to go to the
yeah,
bathroom and go let it out a
yeah.
little bit. So yeah. Someone else says, oh, if there was someone else said, so,
Yeah. Grief
what's
will
that
meet
hurt?
you, and
Okay.
there's no
There's
duration. There's no
probably afraid of the
time
unknown.
frame.
Okay, she was actually talking with us while we was
Oh,
on.
sorry,
Or
y'all.
just get a Roth
We was
account.
into it.
We sorry, we was into it with each other. Or just get a Roth account and let it grow, max it out every year. Um, you know, thank
I'm,
you
but
for
that's
that
something for me to
because
research because I'm not,
I didn't
I'm
even
not
think about. I didn't think about that,
knowledgeable of.
and I'm not
Well,
real savvy on
right,
that. Yeah, me
right.
either. Me
But that's
either.
that's a
So
nugget.
I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna check into it, and maybe I'll make a post about it. Yeah, we
Right.
appreciate that. Um, we about to get out of here, but in the meantime, that grief is a muscle, and sometimes it's hard to come out of.
Yeah.
But we really, um, it's just important to get ourselves together.
And go to
And
counseling and therapy. Y'all know I'm gonna say it probably about everything we talked about. I am big on counseling and
you
therapy. I don't
should.
care what nobody say. I want them black people that believe in counseling, baby. My children will tell you.
I
You don't
do
feel like you
too.
talk to your goddamn mama, you better go to see the people.
I, I
I
I
believe
do
in
too.
therapy.
I'm one that I used to did not believe in it. I'm like, who need help? I'm real myself. What I need somebody to, but now,
Counseling helped
baby,
me at a very young
sit
age and will
sit
still
me in
go
a
if I
chair.
feel like it
Yeah,
ain't nothing to be
I have it.
ashamed of. Don't nobody need to
I
know
have
you
it on
going but
on
you.
my phone. So I have an app. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Regain, where you can get a therapy right at your palm. So just like you and I are
Mm-hmm.
talking, seeing each other
Mm-hmm.
talking, that's how it is with the therapist. You're sitting
Okay,
right
well
there
tell the people
talking.
what the name of the app
Um,
is again, because someone may be looking
it's
for that.
called
Like
Regain.
RE.
Regain.
Okay.
Regain. And also you can even get a
Nice.
discount. Um, I don't know if I can get a discount. If I can get the discount again. One time I got it. One time I paid full price,
If not, then
and I think it was
y'all Google it and
It's like
search.
700 and some dollars for 3 months. But even
That's
check
it,
into
girl.
the insurance.
That's good.
It was seven
Should
hundred
I
and some
eat
dollars for 3 months,
$100?
and that was once a week. that we met up.
Wow.
But depending on your therapy, sometimes you can get in with them
Okay.
more. Then you journal. You journal every day. So it's a pretty cool app. Um, and you have your therapist right on right in your hand. You know. So yeah, grief, dealing with mourning and grief. Yeah, I concur, Nicole. Get a therapist. I
Yeah.
concur. If this if this episode hit home, we challenge you to do one thing this week. Call your insurance rep, start writing your will, or just sit down and
Have
talk
the
about it
conversation.
with your
Start with the
family.
conversation so you can literally see
Start
how the
with it.
people literally close enough to you and around you feel about it.
Yes, because we cannot run from death, but we can meet it with peace, power, and preparation.
Lots of preparation.
Yes. So until next time, Stephanie is out.
And so is
Nicole,
Nicole. Till next week, you guys.
y'all have y'all have a good night. Thank you.